Well, listen to this. They are only 14 years old, but are continuing to make waves in the culinary world. Welcome back the authors of, guess what? Heart Cooking. Heart Cooking, that's the name of their cookbook, and they're twin chefs. It's Audrey and Lilly Andrews are back with us. We seem to have a theme running through. They're the Hearties, and one calls the Heart, and we have a Heart cookbook right over here. But you girls started cooking at a very young age. You seem to just do everything together. So who decides who does what in the kitchen?
Well, personally, I like doing more of the technical skills, so I like chopping, whereas Lily, she's always coming up with new ideas, always seeing stuff in magazines and other cookbooks, and she's like, I think we could do that better.
Oh. I think I get a little bit carried away with spices sometimes, but, you know.
You like to experiment with all this.
Yes.
You put some really lovely ingredients together. You know, Mother's Day is coming up, and I know you're making a brunch, and this is really a wonderful dish for Mother's Day.
Yeah, this is a great breakfast or brunch dish. It's a potato hash, and you know, I think it's a really easy recipe that you can make with your family.
Do you make them with your friends too? What do your friends think about what you're doing?
I think our friends,
They're all really supportive.
They're all really supportive of our cooking, and they do kind of like to look in our lunch boxes sometimes, see what's in there, maybe want to trade too.
When we have them over, we're always wanting to get them involved, either making something with us or we let them try something new.
Great. Well, we're trying a couple of new ingredients in this hash today, and we'll get into that in a moment. But you're making a hash for brunch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's start. How do we get started?
So we're going to start with our Yukon Gold potatoes, and first put a little bit of olive oil in the pan.
Why do you use the Yukon Gold potatoes rather than Idaho potatoes?
See, we really like that they soften up really nicely in our vegetable broth once you cook them down, and they have a little bit of a similar texture to the fennel bulb, so everything just goes really nicely together.
And then they have a little bit more color.
We are actually going to add that right now.
We're adding some fennel in there?
Yes. This is fennel bulb.
I love the fennel plant. You know, it goes, has so many different parts that you can use. You know, you can use the actual fennel pollen, and the fennel bulb.
Do you ever
that we are
use
using
the fronds?
today. Yeah, especially, you know, it's beautiful.
Mark, do you know
for
what a frond is? I'm your frond.
I know
I'll be your frond
Hans.
forever.
I know Hans. I don't know Hans.
No? Well, you know what? Why don't we bring it out for everybody? You know, Hans and fronds. Fronds are those little green things that spurt out from the fennel that actually adds a lot of flavor. Wow. All right, so we're doing fennel.
You would,
go ahead.
Yeah, you would let this cook for about 4 minutes, but now we're going to be adding our onions.
Okay.
And also our bell pepper. We're using red bell pepper, but you can use orange too.
A little bit of color, pop of color.
Yeah.
Is there any nutritional difference between the soup? Just throwing that out there, between the greens and the reds, it's all the same?
I think the green to me has a little bit of a different taste, but
Okay.
I think
But
all
nutritionally, it's
yes.
Well, the red and it has more carotene and it's a lycopene in it, and the green one has more of a chlorophyll.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you not know that? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Color. No, but you get more if you want to have, and also vitamin A when you're using the orange and the red.
Now we're going to be adding our spices, which I
Everybody's
think
surprised. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, okay. So now what are we
which
doing?
are probably one of the most important parts of this dish, which is we just added salt. We're gonna add paprika and garlic powder.
Ooh. What do you think, guys? You get to eat it. How is it?
Do you like it?
Delicious.
Marky.
Yes.
He's busy eating. So
I'm
he's
busy.
not even-
Yes. Sorry.
Did you even hear me? Are you
No.
enjoying that?
It's delicious.
Are you?
Yeah,
Good.
it's
Do
very
you guys cook for your parents at home?
Yes, we do.
nice.
Usually cooking is a family activity, but we also like to make dinner. And so
Yeah.
sometimes we'll do it all together, and then sometimes it's just Lily and I having fun in the kitchen.
It's really great to do as a family. You know, we have even our extended family likes to cook too, so it's a good get together type of thing.
When you decide to create a new dish, you said you get together and play in the kitchen. Do you find like an ingredient and go, let's see what we can do with smoked paprika? Or
Yeah,
what we
you
can do
know,
with corn?
we love trying to be adventurous and putting our own spin on certain recipes or certain ingredients, you know. One of my favorite examples of this is we have our own version of a grilled cheese, you know, something that everybody's had, but we wanted to make it kind of our own and add our own, really what we love to it.
Good.
Yeah, they love to experiment. That's why they put the fennel in here too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of
Yeah.
of hash with fennel. Oh, we could call
You
it
should have
fash.
stopped at the
No, we can call
bell
it
pepper
fash.
thing.
It's a
You
little
were good.
fash and fennel. Hash and fennel. Get it? Okay.
We should
So
have named it
let's
that.
move it on. Okay. So
Okay.
you're going to add what in there now?
This is our vegetable broth.
Okay, vegetable broth to cook the potatoes?
Yes.
Okay.
So once we add our thyme, this
smells
would
delicious.
usually cook for about 25 minutes, which means everything gets nice and softened, which is why it's important to have everything of a similar size so that everything is cooked evenly.
So if you want to practice, chopping skills in the kitchen, this is a good recipe because really the main part of it is just making sure that everything is the
Of a
same
similar
size.
size.
Who's the chopper again? Which
Me.
one? Oh, yeah, you're the chopper. All right, after that cooks for 25 minutes on the stove?
Yes. on the
Okay.
stove.
But I know we put our finished one in the oven.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not.
So then that would mean that all the liquid has cooked down and the potatoes and fennel are softened. And after that, you would want to add some cheddar cheese on top. So you would just want to add this
Excited.
to the dish and let that sort of melt on top for about 2 or 3 minutes.
It looks
But we don't have 25 minutes right now.
No, we
so
don't.
I'm going to get out
that looks delicious.
our
Wow.
finished hash.
I want to eat it just like that.
And then this is also great with a little bit of fried egg, so you get some protein in there. Here.
And I just really love to have this dish, on a weekend morning. It really reminds me of having friends over. And if you want to change it up and not have the usual waffles or pancakes, it's really good to have something savory.
I was going to put it in a plate, but I'm going to eat it just like
my
this.
God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay, wait. Let's look because I love this.
She
I
does
love it when
every-
that. Ah, there it goes.
See, that's
Oh my gosh.
Ah, yeah.
That's one of